For centuries, a single piece of cloth has mystified believers and skeptics alike. The Shroud of Turin, a linen cloth bearing what many believe to be the image of Jesus Christ, has been the subject of debate, study, and faith. But beyond the science, beyond the history, lies a deeper question. Is the shroud simply an artifact, or is it something more, a sign, a message, or even a miracle? The Shroud of Turin first emerged in recorded history in the 14th century in France. It was presented by a French knight, Geoffrey de Charny, as the burial cloth of Jesus Christ. But many believe its origins trace back even further, to Jerusalem, to the tomb of Christ himself. Throughout the centuries, the shroud has been venerated, studied, and displayed, housed today in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy. Despite its historical significance, the origins of the shroud remain uncertain. Some believe that it was hidden for centuries before resurfacing in France. Others argue that it was passed through various hands, preserved carefully as a relic of deep religious importance. This has led to numerous theories about its journey through history. Could it have been taken from the Holy Land by the Knights Templar? Some historians argue that the shroud was protected in secret by those who saw it as the most sacred relic in Christianity. In 1988, a radiocarbon dating test sought to determine the age of the shroud. 3 different laboratories analyzed fabric samples, and the results suggested the cloth dated between 1260 and 1390 AD. This led many to believe it was a medieval forgery. But was this conclusion accurate? Critics argue that the sample taken for testing came from a later repair, rather than the original cloth itself. Could the shroud be far older than science suggests? Many have pointed out that the cloth has undergone centuries of handling, exposure to fire, and even restoration efforts, all of which could have contaminated the sample used for testing. Modern studies have deepened the mystery. Scientists have been unable to replicate the exact formation of the image on the cloth. It is not painted, nor drawn, nor printed. The image appears as a negative photograph, only fully visible in a photographic negative taken in 1898. Some researchers believe it was formed by a burst of radiation, an event unknown in nature. Could it be evidence of the resurrection? Others have speculated that an unknown chemical process created the image. Still, no one has been able to recreate it perfectly, leaving the mystery unsolved. The shroud's haunting image has inspired countless depictions of Christ in art. The wounds align with those described in the Gospels: piercings in the hands and feet, a side wound, a crown of thorns. It bears the marks of suffering and sacrifice. But is it divine, or a masterful medieval creation? For the faithful, the shroud is more than an artifact. It is a sacred testimony to Christ's passion. Some believe it was left behind as a sign of his resurrection. Could this be the very cloth that wrapped the body of Jesus before he rose again? If so, what does that mean for believers today? The shroud has become a powerful symbol of hope and faith, drawing millions of pilgrims to view it, hoping for a deeper spiritual experience. Many who have gazed upon the shroud report a deep spiritual connection. It has strengthened faith, inspired pilgrimages, and led many to contemplate the mysteries of Christ's suffering and resurrection. Regardless of its origin, its impact is undeniable. Those who believe in its authenticity often describe an overwhelming sense of peace and reverence when standing before it. Skeptics argue that the shroud is an elaborate hoax. Some believe it was created using medieval techniques, such as heating and rubbing pigments onto cloth. Others suggest natural processes formed the image over time. Some theories propose that a form of early photography was used to create the image, though there is no clear evidence to support this idea. Others believe that an artist may have used unknown methods to imprint the image onto the linen. Could the shroud be the work of an artist? Some propose that medieval forgers could have imprinted the image using primitive photographic methods, though no clear method has been proven. If it was a forgery, the artist would have needed knowledge far beyond what was available in the Middle Ages. The level of detail, the anatomical accuracy, and the mysterious properties of the image make it difficult to explain as a simple artistic creation. The biggest challenge is the absence of definitive proof. Carbon dating is contested, but no alternative method has firmly established its age. Without concrete evidence, the mystery remains. And perhaps that is what makes the Shroud so compelling. It is an enigma that challenges both faith and reason. Research continues. Advanced imaging technology and historical investigations seek to uncover new insights. Scientists remain divided, and the Vatican remains cautious about making official declarations. While many scientists believe more testing should be done, the Catholic Church has been careful about allowing further studies, fearing potential damage to the relic. The Shroud has influenced religious art, literature, and even pop culture. Whether fact or fiction, it has shaped Christian history and continues to captivate minds around the world. It has inspired movies, books, and documentaries, all attempting to unlock its secrets. Even in the modern age, the Shroud remains one of the most intriguing relics in religious history. Beyond the arguments, beyond the debates, the Shroud carries an undeniable power. It has inspired faith, sparked curiosity, and remains a symbol of both mystery and devotion. Regardless of whether one believes in its authenticity, it holds a special place in the hearts of millions. Whether a genuine relic of Christ or an extraordinary artifact, the Shroud has earned its place in history as one of the most enigmatic religious objects known to man. Its presence forces us to ask deeper questions about faith, history, and the intersection of science and religion. Faith is personal. The Shroud challenges each of us to consider what we believe. Is it a miracle, a message, or merely a mystery? Does it strengthen your faith, or do you view it as an elaborate deception? Each person must decide for themselves. Perhaps the true power of the Shroud is not in what it proves, but in what it inspires. In faith, in wonder, and in the search for truth. It stands as a reminder that some mysteries may never be fully solved, and that is part of what makes faith so powerful. What do you believe? Let us know in the comments. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, keep searching, keep questioning, and keep believing. The discussion surrounding the Shroud of Turin is not just about history and science. It is about personal belief, spiritual meaning, and the nature of faith itself. It invites us to ponder deeper questions about miracles, relics, and the connection between the divine and the physical world. Whether or not the Shroud is authentic, it undeniably serves as a bridge between faith and inquiry, a relic that continues to spark awe and devotion centuries after its first appearance. While skeptics search for answers and scientists seek explanations, believers continue to draw strength from its mystery. The debate will likely persist for generations, but perhaps that is the true essence of the Shroud, a relic that challenges, inspires, and leaves us wondering about the greatest mysteries of life, death, and resurrection.